वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपां पुदीर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we'll continue the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 56 onwards. We'll see from today. We'll see today. And Bhagavad Gita, it is again, honestly, this is your kindness that we are continuing this. And by your kindness only, we have been managing to discuss so far and pray for your blessings, for the mercy and blessings of Vaishnavas and the Lordships, that we continue in our practice of Krishna consciousness uh, for eternity. Look, since eternity, we have been depriving ourselves to become a pure devotee of the Lord. No one else is depriving us. I myself am depriving myself. I myself am not wanting to become a pure devotee of the Lord. But now is a golden opportunity in front of me to become a pure devotee of the Lord, to practice Krishna consciousness for eternity. For eternity. So Bhagavad Gita hopefully turns out a journey that puts us in the eternal platform. Many times like driving cars and all, okay, go from this route and this will connect you to the highway and then you will get connected to the motorway highway. This junction which will take you straight to that place, whichever destination. Likewise, Bhagavad Gita, it will connect us to eternity. See, in my consciousness, it's one thing that I'm not sure of. One thing I'm not fixed about. What do you think? What is that one thing we are not sure of? We are not very fixed about. And that is one thing we need to be sure, we need to be fixed about. One thing I'm not sure of is wanting to uh, become a pure devotee of the Lord. That the day I desire, the day I become sure, the day I desire to become a pure devotee of the Lord, then no one can stop. No one can actually stop us. But it's like my weakness in my desire. My weakness in really willing to see Krishna face to face. No? My weakness is really willing to be in the company of Brajvasis. My weakness in desire to be willing to be in the company of the gopis, the chief lovers of Krishna, and among gopis, the chief gopi Srimati Radharani. And this human form of life is given for me to build this desire, to make up this desire. If any one thing we should be clear of in life, then this is the only thing we have to be clear of in life. That I want to become a pure devotee of the Lord. Just this one thing. I want to become a pure devotee of Krishna. I want eternal engagement in direct loving relationship. That much. I want an entrance in the eternal pastimes of Krishna. I want a darshan of the eternal pastimes of Krishna for eternity. And this desire will come about. What facilitates this desire? Sadhu Sangha. Good association. Association of devotees will facilitate this desire. What happens in the association of devotees? Greed comes about. 1 minute. Huh? The association of devotees should make us greedy for Krishna. Na? The association of devotees should make us feel hankering for Krishna. Hankering meaning more. That Krishna is not, I have not yet attained Krishna. This more should come about. Krishna is missing in my life. This thing. And we have to shape up life. We have to shape our life to develop minimum attachment at the stage of attachment. Otherwise, this world is going on. What is new as such? So, this human form of life gives us this opportunity. Look, we have been so blessed to be born human in good families. Our currently present situation is allowing me to take association of devotees, to read Bhagavad Gita, to understand Krishna consciousness. Yeah? So blessed we are. Now, if one is blessed, hmm, we acknowledge we are blessed, right? So this is a question. Do we acknowledge that we are blessed? Huh? What do you say? Dipti, Anuja, Anuradha, Aishwarya. Do we all acknowledge that we are blessed?
Yes, definitely.
So we all acknowledge that we are blessed in some form, some way or other. Now, if we are blessed, if we acknowledge this, then it comes with an obligation. Is it not? Every blessing, it comes with an obligation. Like this, every position comes with a responsibility. Hmm? So, if we consider myself to be blessed, then what is the obligation on my part? If I really consider, okay, there is some divine, some light, some Lord, some personalities, some God figure, and I've been so blessed, this family and everything and all. Huh? So, what do you think? Like this blessed, huh? What is the my responsibility? What is the obligation it brings with it? If someone has blessed me, then what should I do? What should be my part so that I please the other person? Hmm? Like we acknowledge, na, parents have blessed us, society, family, and everything, demigods, and so much so if we have good vision, good etiquette, we say yes, God has blessed us. We are blessed by Krishna. Now, if we are if we are blessed by Krishna, what there should be something to be done on our part, na? Some obligation of our part. How do we cannot repay this blessing, but how do we say, um, how do we act? How do we express our gratitude? Yes, Kritagyata, our gratitude to Krishna that we are undeserving yet we have been blessed. This is what Arjuna is doing. This is what Arjuna is doing. He, in the very first chapter, na, Vishad Yoga, he was clueless. He couldn't see any blessings. He couldn't see any blessings. He was like, existential crisis, huh? Going through a deep existential crisis. Why do I exist? Why do I exist? Hmm? So, such deep existential crisis, he was not able to see any blessings. And look externally. Who Arjuna? A warrior, a talented moralist, educated, king, handsome, skillful, everything. but he was going through this inside, going through this crisis, deep existential crisis. And so blessed was he. Nice family, everything so blessed. So he could not see this blessing, but through the dialogue of Krishna, with this dialogue with Krishna, he could appreciate, he was able to see this blessing. And then what was his attitude of gratitude, which we will cover in upcoming slokas. But if someone genuinely considers that he has been blessed by Krishna, then we are left with no other choice, with this only on our part as obligation, as building our attitude of gratitude. What? That Krishna, you have blessed me. Hmm? I've been very blessed. And now I would want to take this blessing of being very blessed to become fully blessed. Huh? This greed should come about in devotee association. This greed. Now, this is greed, right? From very blessed to becoming fully blessed. Hmm. So, Krishna, wow, you have given me this devotee association. We all are now practicing Krishna consciousness in some form or shape, right? Direct Krishna consciousness, I would say. Now, before practicing Krishna consciousness, we all come from a colorful life background, I would say. Hmm? Family background, good only or whatever. But our life background, even in this life, if we see, I would say generally we find it nicely, colorfully painted. For some, it could be very, very colorfully painted. For others, it could be very light colors, though. But still, it's a colorful background. We all come into Krishna consciousness. Now, before coming into Krishna consciousness, we have some ideas of life, we have some experience of some happiness, which is very based on matter, on perverted senses and perverted form of happiness. Even though some sort of goodness, happiness, but still not good enough. And practicing Krishna consciousness, japa, doing japa in association of devotees, reading, hearing, is so transforming. We would have never experienced this happiness like before. So definitely we acknowledge, wow, Krishna, I've become so blessed. You have blessed me so much. This great devotee association. So doesn't it become should become our natural obligation that, oh wow, now these devotees are so kind, they are so loving, so dear. Huh? They blessed me. I don't deserve it. They blessed me. So now let me become fully blessed. Let me pray, let me desire, let me vow, let me cry to become fully blessed. This is the minimum I can offer to you, Krishna. This is the minimum I can offer to you, devotees. But why not? Huh? Let me become fully blessed. So this is what Arjuna realized, that he was struggling with blessings, couldn't see any blessings. And then going through this dialogue, Arjuna says, not towards the end, Karisya vachanam tava. I will do whatever you want me to do now. So that yes, Krishna, you have blessed me. Now for your sake, for your love, uh, for you, I would want to do whatever you want me to do. I would want to become fully blessed now. So likewise for us, practicing Krishna consciousness, I tell you, everything in this world is casual, by and large. Everything loses its charm over a period of time. Yeah. Everything is very breaking, flickering, casual. Getting a job in a reputed company, getting a reputed position, reputed degree, getting a reputed wife, getting a reputed house, money, all loses its charm. Mm. Even having children and all, everything loses its, it would lose its charm. Or practicing Krishna consciousness will realize everything is so mundane, or say so casual in a way. But one thing need not be casual, which is what? Krishna consciousness. If we are taking good association, we will never find the practice of Krishna consciousness to be casual. And if we have become casual in the practice of Krishna consciousness, after 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years, oh, that I know, then I really don't know the process and I've not associated with devotees. Because if I think I know, then I'm just at the surface level altogether. No, we can never be relishing, understanding the charm, the mysticism, the beauty in Krishna consciousness if we are stuck at the surface level. So this is what sadhu sangha should do. It should develop a greed amongst us, and it should develop a moh, a hankering, feeling of separation, remorse from Krishna. And what we pray, we aim to become now fully blessed, to be a pure devotee of the Lord. We desire to have an eternal personal companionship with Krishna. We desire to become an associate of Krishna. Hmm. And millions of trillions of times we say, whenever we say Krishna, we mean Radha Krishna, never Ekaki Krishna, Radha Krishna. Hmm. That is what we desire, to see the divine couple, to serve the divine couple. जीवने मरने गति आर नाही मोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल kishore. So this Vaishnava song by Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he says, na, Radha Krishna prana mora. They are my life. Jugal Kishore, this youthful couple. Jivane marane gati are nahi more. Gati destination. So be living or be dying. I have no other destination. Then what? To attain their darshan, to attain their seva, their entourage. Why should we shy away from that? This is real ambition. This is real greed. Develop this greed. Develop this ambition. And we go for the full. We pray. Although so much of conditioning, so much of poor habit, everything, yes, we are paupers. No, paupers, we are bankrupt. That's fine. But at least let me associate with devotees, and even though theoretically, let me speak like this. Let me speak. So with this hope, with this aim, aspiration, vision, prayer, ever seeking the blessings of Vaishnavas, Acharyas, we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 56 onwards. We'll see. Maybe I will ask Aishwarya to read translation and Anuradha if she can read purport. सर्वकर्माणि अपि सदा कर्वाणो मन्व्यपाश्रय मत्प्रसादात् अवाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम्. So, in chapter 18, text 56. So, Aishwarya, you read translation and purport both.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is Krishna consciousness. Krishna is speaking, but the whole Bhagavad Gita, sung in each shloka in song form, in the middle of battlefield. Everything in song form. So Krishna wants to give this message to the other party, those who are not on the side of Arjuna. He wants to give them this message that nothing to worry for Arjuna. We are just having a gentle chat. We are just singing. So look, through this song form, he has elevated Arjuna so much. So if he can do with Arjuna, why can he not do with us? Rather, he will do it for us. For Arjuna, he is just using him as a medium. Okay, read Aishwarya.
Yeah. Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. Purport. The word Madhyaparasaraya Saraya Madhyaparasaraya means under the protection of the Supreme Lord. To be free from material contamination, a pure devotee acts under the direction of the Supreme Lord or his representative, the spiritual master. There is no time limitation for a pure devotee. He is always 24 hours a day, 100% engaged in activities under the direction of the Supreme Lord. To a devotee who is thus engaged in Krishna consciousness, the uh, yeah, uh, uh, one second. Yeah, to a devotee who's thus engaged in Krishna consciousness, the Lord is very, very kind. In spite of all difficulties, he's eventually placed in the transcendental abode or Krishna Loka. He is guaranteed entrance there. There is no doubt about it. In that supreme abode, there is no change. Everything is eternal, imperishable, and full of knowledge.
Aishwarya, read translation again.
Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee, under my protection, reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace.
So we were discussing na gati gantavya se destiny destination. So the translation na though engaged in all kinds of activities. What does it mean? All kinds of activities like working, eh? Working, traveling, teaching, reading, and all. Engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. So, fine, it really does not matter what we do. What really matters is the consciousness with what we do. What consciousness we are in. Many times we see that mainly with like Devi Devta puja, that people go to holy rivers and all and offer some puja towards demigods Devi Devta. Now that puja, it does not uh, the it does not reach to the puja does not reach to the demigods. It doesn't reach. Krishna is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. It comes down. So anyways, like though engaged in all kinds of activities, but yet if we are blessed by Krishna or if we have got the right vision, the right attitude and all, what will attain is this eternal abode, imperishable. Uh, See, in this world, is there something which is imperishable? There's this sustainable development, na? Even sustainable development is not sustainable. Nothing is sustainable in this world. Hmm? Yeah, okay, sustainable development is better than others, no? Better of the evil or this, something better of the worse, say. Hmm? What is really sustainable? This is an external physical world which is always changing, always breaking. So, we did not invest our full consciousness in this perishable. Hmm? So, we act in a Krishna conscious way, and then Krishna will take us all the way through. Krishna is speaking to whom? To Arjuna, who is a warrior, who is a king, right? He is speaking to whom? Arjuna, who is a family man, who has wife, who has children, hmm? Right? He is speaking to Arjuna, who is a busy person. So Bhagavad Gita is not actually as such for sadhus, or mendicants or those who are bairagi, renunciants. No, not for them, say. Of course, it is for everyone, it is for them also as such, but this message is for you and me, for us, who are very much caught up in the day to day mashup of life, but yet caught up, yet engaged in all kinds of activities. But if we develop a Krishna conscious vision, what will we attain? Golok Dham, na? Krishna Dham. We'll attain the association of Krishna. We'll attain the darshan of Krishna. And this is what human life is meant for. This is what. Now look, we believe in God. Now, there's this question, okay. You let us know which is better. How many of us we say we believe in God? Just a rough number. World population, how many 7.5 whatever billion world population? What a percentage to give? How much will you say that? How much percentage? What percentage people believe in God? Pick up any percentage. No, don't have to do a maths around it. Say 70%, 50%, 60%. For yourself, what would you say? We believe in God? At a personal level, if you're okay to share, then share. Believe in God, not believe. Of course, we believe in God. This is where we are studying Bhagavad Gita. Na, say. So, yes. Now we believe in God. Another question is, do we know God? Believing and knowing, are they two different things? देखो इसको हिंदी में पूछे ना तो ये ओके इंग्लिश में भी वी कैन चेक. Do we believe we have two hands or do we know we have two hands? What do you say, Deepti? Aishwarya? Do you believe you have two hands or do you know you have two hands?
I know I have two hands.
Huh? We never say, yes, I believe I have two hands. No. We know we have two hands. So, through this journey of Bhagavad Gita, our belief system has to be transformed to knowing system. We know Krishna. So Arjuna is realizing this. Arjuna realizing this, he realized this. Likewise, us practicing Krishna consciousness. It will be such a shame, na? We practicing Krishna consciousness but not knowing, not realizing, not experiencing. So for us, human form of life, this is given not to just believe in God, to know God. Believing in God is theory only, na? Just theory. And theory really does not help, na? So, those who say, yeah, we are also dharmic, we are also Hindus, we are practitioners, we also believe. When will they say this? When they are in front of a sadhu or devotee. When they meet a devotee and devotee tells them, take a copy of Bhagavad Gita. Oh yes, we know Bhagavad Gita, we have Bhagavad Gita, we believe in Bhagavad Gita. We believe in God. And what will they do the next thing? Go maybe shopping, buying this, that. Again, I'm not saying shopping is bad. I mean to say there won't be a purpose oriented life. There won't be any discipline oriented life. Hmm? And a sadhaka, na, he doesn't lead a life without purpose. We live a life of purpose. And purpose is what? Attaining Krishna. Hmm? So knowing God. One thing is believing, one thing is knowing. Another is what? Hmm? What do you say another? Living. Hmm? One thing is believing. One thing is believing, okay, I believe New York is here, London is here. Another is like, okay, knowing I know actually where is New York, where is London. Another thing is what? Living. I know. I believe in Vrindavan. I know where is Vrindavan. Then another is living in Vrindavan. Not on the physical platform. Living in Vrindavan at consciousness level. The next is what? When we start knowing, then we go for the living. Then what? Loving. Hmm? That is what we want. Not just to believe in Krishna. Belief holds nothing, Baba. If we say we believe, but we don't live life like that, na? There's such a disconnect between my belief system and my reality and my existence. Such a disconnect. I believe in good morality. eh? I believe in good principle, naitikta, fair, just, moral system and all. But I myself don't live like that. eh? So huge gap. So this gap has to be covered, and Krishna consciousness will help us cover this gap of believing in Krishna to knowing Krishna. And knowing is not also uh, something good enough for us. No. When greed develops, we want to not just know Krishna or the theoretical basis that, yeah, I know the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. No. Then what? Uh, Living with Krishna, loving Krishna. That much we have to aim in this life to love Krishna. Then we can see, na, we give ourselves a chance. And is Krishna is promising. Bhagavad Gita is what? It is the words of Krishna spoken by Krishna, na? Which are our hopes, which is our hope, which is our uh, real shelter, our solace altogether. So Krishna is saying, under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. So we could be living as housewife or working people, studying people, externally, whatever. But if we develop this Krishna conscious vision, then under Krishna's protection and grace, we will attain the imperishable abode. And this is what we were discussing is not what? That we have been blessed. Now we have to become fully blessed. And this is becoming fully blessed, desiring to attain the eternal realm of Krishna. And by doing this, we benefit everyone. Everyone benefits. Krishna also benefits. How? He also wants our association, does he not? He wants our love, does he not? He wants that relationship. Krishna likes variety, na? We also provided variety of our love to Krishna. We all are unique. So, by not bringing us closer to Krishna, we are not doing a favor upon him, are we? Huh? And love means what? To please the other person. Na? So, if we want to love Krishna, we'll make changes in our life. We'll make and move in that direction. So this is a journey. Bhagavad Gita is a journey of becoming from very blessed to becoming fully blessed. And then life takes a different turn altogether. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments or clarifications? Okay, let us see next then 57. चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पर बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य मच्चित्त सततं भव. Anujari translation purport. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dipti ji, you read.
Hare
Or
Krishna.
people you, yeah, I'm Padya Dipti.
In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Purport as well?
Yes.
When one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. A servant has no individual independence. He acts only on the order of the master. A servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the result will be the same. The Sanskrit word mata para is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and accept acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. The Sanskrit word matpara is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and accept acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result of the Supreme Lord. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the primary duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, the one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. So any questions or comments or clarifications? Deepti, any questions? चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा है ना चेतसा मतलब कॉन्शियसनेस ना इंटेलिजेंस वंस विवेक चेतसा वंस माइंड वंस फोकस चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि सर्व इज ऑल कर्माणि ऑल एक्टिविटीज एक्शंस ना मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा again we discussed na shlokas where words like mai, mat, mam, aham, these are very important. Directly Krishna is speaking, right? Mai, sanyasya matpara. Mai is unto me. Sanyasya. Sanyas means give up. Nyas means to reject, to give up. Sanyas means completely give up. So, mai sanyasya matpara, giving up everything or relying relying on me, taking shelter of me. In Bhagavatam we see na 6th canto 1728 Narayana para sarva na kutascha na bibhyati. Narayana para sarve, those who have taken the shelter of Narayan, na kutascha na bibhyati. Kutasthana, anywhere. For them, bibhyati, fear. There is no fear for them. Narayana parasarve, na kutasthana bibhyati. Swarga apavarga narkeshu, apitulyartha darshina. Swarga, put them in heaven. They are not fearful. They are indifferent. Not fearful, they are indifferent. They do not have attachment towards heaven or Narka, hellish plans, or Apavarga. Even if you give them liberation, they are not bothered. They are indifferent. Because everything is matter, na? Swarg is matter, hellish plans is matter, and even liberation, that sort of liberation is also matter. What has got to do a devotee got to do with this? Nothing. Apitulya artha darshina, apitulya artha. So, even though given all of this, he's not fearful. Send him heaven, send him hell. But he's fearful if you send him Central London or New York subway. He's fearful. It's devotees how they live na, in places like London, Central London, and places like New York, places like Mumbai, and other places, Hong Kong. How devotees live? The devotees in Japan, see how they live and practice Krishna consciousness in Japan. The environment, the mood, the lifestyle, the culture, and everything is very un-Krishna conscious. In Paris, so difficult to preach in Paris, to distribute books, Harinam, make devotees. Weather itself is such like that, and then the mood very, very gross, very heavy. Paris, London, Tokyo, Japan, the devotees, big struggle. Amsterdam, they are devotees. Sweden, they are devotees, but very difficult. Norway, they are devotees. Where else? Even Turkey, they are devotees. America. So, Narayana Parasarve na kutaschana bibhyati. You send them anywhere, they are fearful. They are fearless, sorry. Swarga, Narka, Apavarga, na? Apitulyartha Darshina. Indifferent. So, this is what Krishna is saying. Na? Mai sanyasya mat para. Take shelter of me. Give up everything. Give up means what? Give up your worries. Take shelter of me. Buddhi yogam upasit shritya. Buddhi yogam is bhakti yogam only. Buddhi yogam, bhakti yogam, through faith, through love, take shelter of me. Upashritya, na? Sharan, take shelter. Machita satatam bhava. Satatam, this is what we want to attain. Satat, continuous. This continuous absorption. So our sadhana bhakti, now we have to transform this sadhana bhakti to raganuga bhakti. That is the agenda, Baba. To transform sadhana bhakti to raganuga bhakti. Develop attachment. Develop a proper Krishna conscious mood. The prayers, the desire. Look, again we said, na, one thing I am not sure is what? Wanting to become a pure devotee of the Lord. And many things I'm not sure. How long do I want to continue do job? Not sure. When does one want to get married? Not sure. With whom one would want to get married? Not sure. Where would you want to live? Not sure. What would you want to have for dinner? Not sure. Huh? Many things not sure. Don't know. Not sure. But one thing I'm for sure is not sure. Is what? Wanting to become a pure devotee of the Lord. Even in words I do not say. I shy away. The thought of becoming a pure devotee of the Lord, we shy away because what? Oh, I have to love someone, then I have to serve someone then. But when it comes to this, okay, become a pure devotee of the Lord, it will free you from birth, death, old age, disease, from tensions, from worries, all these things. Yeah, then it's good. Then I find interest. If I know that yes, it will free me from all of this. But that's not a big motivation. And we cannot attain Krishna with such an attitude. We do not do bhakti to become free from birth, that old age and disease. No, no. We don't do bhakti for that. That's like a disrespect for bhakti. We are carrying that sort of motivation. Or anyways, for whatever reasons one does bhakti is still appreciated, definitely appreciated. Hmm. So this is Krishna saying that chetasa sarva karmani. Just like a soldier, he is completely what soldier. If he remains dependent on the government, on the military rule, the law, then he is provided. Is he not looked after? The soldier, if he okay, let us read the next also 57, 58. We can discuss together, and maybe if time permits, we'll see 59 hours. Let's see. But for now, 58. And maybe I'll ask Pip to read translation and purport. Yeah, so any questions also you can ask. Let's read 58 and then Machita sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi अथ चेत्त्वमहङ्कारान् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्ष्यसि. Paper translation purport.
Or was I on mute?
Yeah, maybe translation.
If you become conscious of me, Krishna. Hare Krishna. If you become conscious of me, you'll pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Purport. A person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. The foolish cannot understand this great freedom from all anxiety. For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Lord Krishna becomes the most intimate friend. He always looks after his friend's comfort, and he gives himself to his friend who is so devotedly engaged, working 24 hours a day to please the Lord. Therefore, no one should be carried away by the false ego of the bodily concept of life. One should not falsely think himself independent of the laws of material nature or free to act. He is already under strict material laws, but as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated, free from the material perplexities. One should note very carefully that one who is not active in Krishna consciousness is losing himself in the material whirlpool, in the ocean of birth and death. No conditioned soul actually knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. But a person who acts in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna from within and confirmed by the spiritual master. Translation. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, You do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me. You will be lost.
Hare Krishna. So this if na is a big if. Big if. I again see na machita sarva durgani. Durgani is like all pain, struggles, discomforts, obstacles. Na sarva all machita by my consciousness. Mat prasadat. Prasadat is mercy, kripa. Tarisyasi to cross over. Atha chetvam ahankaran. Wow. But chetvam ahankaran. But if you are hung up with your ego, if you act by your own ego, then you are lost. Na shroshyasi na vinangshasi. If you did not hear me, you will be lost. So this is a bit heavy what Krishna is telling. Direct. See, if you listen to me, you will attain all glories. And if you don't listen to me, you will be lost. Simple in simple sense. If you listen to me. Like Prabhupada gives these beautiful examples, right? What? Soldier. When he follows the rule of the army, the nation, then in wartime, if he kills 100 people, say, he killed 100 people on the other side, say, then government appreciates him, government gives him promotion, money, recognition, medals and all. Now, if the same soldier, when he is in village and he injured one person, not even killed, he shot one person in his legs, say, what will government do? Take a case on him, military case, may even take his uniform and everything. Now look at the paradox or look at the contrast. Say, on one side he killed 100 people, and what does he get? So much praise. And on other side he killed just one person. What does he get? He gets everything taken away, his military dress and everything, na? And so much of insult and struggle he has to go through. Why? Because when he killed 100 people, he was ordered, he was sanctioned, he was authorized, he was acting on behalf of the government, on behalf of the military, army. And when he killed just one person, he was acting whimsically on his own, unauthorized. So even even we see na, in this mundane material world law, that a police officer, but he has to be on duty. There are many things. He just cannot act. If he's a police officer, he just cannot act like that. He has to be on duty. And then there are lots of restrictions. Who is handling the case? Not everyone can do. So that sort of thing, who is in power, say, one cannot act whimsically is the thing. Even though the right thing. This is why na anugatya bhav, Mahaprabhu's teachings na, the fundamental is the critical, the essential, the main is Braj Bhakti is what we want to do, na? Braj Bhakti. In Mahaprabhu's teachings, Mahaprabhu's mission, Mahaprabhu's mood. And Braj Bhakti is done only in Anugatya Bhav. Only Anugatya Bhav means subservient nature. Uh, Only in that Bhav Braj Bhakti is done. So, and this is what Rupa Goswami also teaches us in Nectar of Instruction. तन्नामरूपचरितादिषु कीर्तनानुं स्मृत्यो क्रमेण रसना मनसि नियोज्ये तिष्ठन् व्रजे तदनुरागी जनानुगामी कालं नयेतखिलम् इत्युपदेशसारम्. That what is the sar, the essence of all the upadesh, all the instructions? Kalam nayet akhilam iti updeshasaram. What is the essence? Tishtan braje tad anuragi. That every time tannam rupa charitadai sukirtananum. So tan is like there, whom Krishna's, na? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tannam, name, roop, form. So meditate, chant on the name, form, pastimes, leela, entourage of Krishna. Nama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtananu. Very Sukirtananu means with heart, with joy. Do this. Sukirtananu Smrityo Karamena Manasa Rasana Karamena Rasana Manasi Niyojya. So thinking, remembering of Krishna and all. Then Tishtan Braje Tad Anuragi Jananugami. Situate yourself in Braj. Tishtan Braje. Situated in Braj consciousness. And also, yes, going and living in Vrindavan. Devotee should aim for that, no? Living in Vrindavan. Tistan Braje Tad Anuragi Jananugami. Those who have found their Anurag. Anurag meaning attachment. Deep attachment. Those who have found their attachment. Jananugami. Jana is people, persons. Anugami. Following them. So when we follow the lead of a devotee who is attached to Krishna, that is the way to become a devotee of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. So yes, believe it or not, it is actually a cult. Krishna consciousness is actually a cult. And what is the cult? Following the footsteps of a pure devotee of Krishna. Not acting whimsically. See, na, externally killing is bad. But here, because Arjuna is authorized, so yes, this is Divya, not good, Divya, transcendental. So 57-58, Prabhupada writes in the purport that we cannot say, well, Krishna, Arjuna was directly instructed by the Lord and how. This Bhagavad Gita is a direct instruction for us, is it not? Krishna is also directly talking to us via Arjuna. See, this is the culture and etiquette. Look at the culture and etiquette side. Even now, in Vedic life and in family settings, many ways we see what say when in-laws come to family house. So suppose a, a newly married a girl is married and she goes to her in-laws, a new house now. Now the mother-in-law, she will not directly discipline or correct the newly come girl. What she will do, she will tell some, if she has to tell of the daughter-in-law, she will speak with her own daughter and tell her own daughter that, oh, you should not do like this. When you get married now, you don't do like this. Indirectly way, and it's a good culture, good etiquette. And the message is for whom? For the for the daughter-in-law to learn from that. Many things it doesn't look good when it is spoken blunt and direct and straight. And it diminishes the reputation. This is why Krishna does not force himself upon us. Paramatma Swarup, he is talking to us. Then in his Paramatma manifestation, Krishna, in his Brahm manifestation, through his energy, he is trying to connect with us. Best is what? A spiritual master. He is connecting with us in the form of spiritual master. That ways. So that is Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra. So instruction of the spiritual master should be the direct instruction of Krishna for a sadhaka. The desire of the spiritual master is the direct desire of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. So for us, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, but actually we are most benefited. And Krishna is speaking to us via Arjuna, directly speaking to us. So if we follow the lead, we will become a pure devotee. But if we act whimsically, then no. It's our ego comes in the way, na? Our ego, personal agenda, all this comes in the way. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, previous text, that one should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. Again, it's not the etiquette and culture that I do something whimsically. Oh, I made a mistake or I did something on my own. And Krishna, now take this. This is for you. That's not good, healthy. Anyways, akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajita purusham param. So Krishna says in Bhagavatam 2.3.10 whatever desire, no desires, or full of material desires, or desiring liberation, still one should worship. So even if we give our result to Krishna, we acted whimsically something, we give our result to Krishna, good or bad, whatever it is, we didn't want to, but we didn't do it for Krishna, we did for ourselves whimsically, but later on we say, Krishna, can you handle, can you intervene? It is not so good. It is not so good, but still purifying. Like a small example, na? In school, boys usually get in a fight, right? And they get in a fight. And then what do they do? Call parents or maybe mom, can you come and help or this thing, ask for help and all. So still mother comes to the rescue, say. Na? Mother comes. But then what does mother say? Don't act whimsically. Don't do like this. First you create a mess and then you ask me to come and sort out your mess. No. Uh, In America, uh, can everything be used in Krishna's service? No, not everything can be used in Krishna's service. Na? So in America, like Rupa Goswami's Mahaprabhu's teachings, na, Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Yukta Vairagya Uchyate, that we utilize things in the service of Krishna. So Prabhupada taught this principle to devotees, and devotees, yes, they were finding every means and ways how can we use this person and use this commodity in the service of Krishna. So they did wonders. Now some person came uh, to the temple and he gave what? Donated his car, which was very khatara. Khatara samajhte ho Dipti? You understand khatara? Uh, a very damaged car. A car that really needed repair and it was a big pain and the car needed so much of maintenance, but this man, he came to the temple, oh, these are charity and Hare Krishna and saintly people, let me give them this car. And he was trying to say, get rid of his car, but us, we devotees, we cannot use that car, na? What good use of it is? So apply intelligence. Prabhupada said nothing. That okay, what will you do with this car? Use your intelligence, Baba. So not acting whimsically and then giving result to Krishna. Okay, yes, Krishna, this is for you. No, no. To begin with, it is okay. To begin with, Prabhupada accepted na disciples. He knew it's a big risk, big gamble. Paid. Huh? What to do? Emergency situation. Na? Look, Prabhupada is such a visionary. He first initiated the disciples, then he told them the four regulative, or as he was initiating them, he told them the four principles, regulative principles. He knew had he told them before and the day, even a day before, they may not say it and it will disturb their mind and so much of dialogues, questions, someone may be backing off, all these things. No. So the faith, Prabhupada had faith, tremendous faith in the scriptures, in the message of Mahaprabhu, and his disciples also had faith in him. It is this faith which will take us through. Having faith in spiritual master. Na? Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha guru. Tasyate katita artha prakashante mahatmana. One who has firm faith in the spiritual master, for him, and firm faith in scriptures, firm faith in spiritual master, for him all the messages of the Shastras will come about. Okay, any thoughts, questions, comments, or clarifications? See, since eternity we are acting whimsically, na? Whimsically matlab meaning manmani, manmarji, meri marji, है ना? Whimsically. And what do? When we act whimsically, we get into trouble only. Then karma acts upon us. Then we are at the disposal of karma and all other things. But when we act under Krishna's direction, under the guidance of devotees, then we become immune to karma, even though right or wrong. Still we become immune to karma. We see na in this world also, if we act under someone's guidance, say a staff at work or some police officer, we act under someone's guidance and yet we happen to do something wrong. Then the boss covers us, right? Okay, fine. The staff did something wrong in the shop. But the boss, okay, fine, customer, we will pay you the money or we will give you the goods. Staff say the staff quoted a wrong price, but still the boss gives, na, covers up, say. So whimsically is not good, but when we act under guidance, na, when we act under some authority, then we become immune. And acting under authority does not give us any license to act wrongly or act whimsically. No, it is just our ego coming in the way. That is the separation. Our ego meaning our independent nature, our independent desire. So the Archbishop of Canterbury or some gentle divine personality said, "Na, what we do not want we want the kingdom of God, but not God. We want all the enjoyments from God, but we don't want God. We don't want to serve God in person. We don't want to love God in person, but we want all the perks and benefits and enjoyments." So that is whimsical. And if we live in this consciousness, this business dealing with Krishna, we will never be satisfied and happy. So simple message. If we follow the Krishna's teachings and words, life is successful. Otherwise, up and down, then we are under the karmic law, karmic reaction and other things. Okay, any other thoughts, questions or comments? Okay, let us read maybe one or two more. यदहङ्कारमाश्रित्य न योत्स्य इति मन्यसे मिथि एषा व्यवसायस्त प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति. Anuja, read translation purport. 1859.
If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare. Arjuna was a military man and born of the nature of the Kshatriya. Therefore, his natural duty was to fight. But due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, grandfather, and friends, he would incur sinful reactions. Actually, he was considering himself master of his actions, as if he were directing the good and bad results of such work. He forgot that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present there, instructing him to fight. That is the forgetfulness of the conditioned soul. The Supreme Personality gives directions as to what is good and what is bad, and one simply has to act in Krishna consciousness to attain the perfection of life. No one can ascertain his destiny as the Supreme Lord can. Therefore, the best course is to take direction from the Supreme Lord and act. No one should neglect the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the order of the spiritual master, who is the representative of God. One should act unhesitatingly to execute the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead that will keep one safe under all circumstances. If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare.
Okay, 60 also we read now. Anuja, you read 60 as well. This 57, 58, 59, 60. I feel they are very, we can do in a series. So let's read 60 also. स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धस्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यसि अवशोऽपि तत्. Anuja, read translation purport.
Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction. But compelled by the work born of your own nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti. If one refuses to act under the direction of the Supreme Lord, then he is compelled to act by the modes in which he is situated. Everyone under the spell of a particular combination of modes of nature and is acting in that way. But anyone who voluntarily engages himself under the direction of the Supreme Lord becomes glorious. Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction, but compelled by the work born of your own nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti.
Very true, very powerful. Na? See, this 58, 59, 57. So Krishna is clear message, Baba. Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction. Na? But compelled by the work born of your own nature, Kshatriya nature, na, you will still act. Many times parents say, na, say parents, teachers, guides, mentors, and all that. Okay, you are saying no to this, but again you will end up doing the same. Huh? Like parents tell their children, na, maybe Anuja says to Amira, right? That okay, Amira, you're not listening to me, na, and I'm telling you to do this. Do this. This will be fine. You're not listening, though, huh? And you see, you will still do the same what I'm telling you. Hmm? So why don't you listen to me and do it? That is us. We are so thick-headed, thick-hearted. Just simple this to love and serve Krishna, but it's like we don't want to. We don't want to. So again, see, this is not become our desire, not to become a pure devotee of the Lord. One thing we are not sure about in life is, do I want to become a pure devotee of the Lord or not? And this one thing, if I become sure of, if I become convinced, if I want to attain Krishna, if I want to see Krishna, if I want to be in the company of Krishna, if I want to be in the company of Brajvasis, if I want to be in the company of gopis, hmm, this is where if I really firm myself, be clear of it and sure of it, then no other things can come in the way. If we have to be sure of one thing, this is one thing we have to be sure of. And this is what good association will inspire us to. Good association will make us greedy. Good association will make us realize how helpless we are, how much missing we are, Krishna. How beautiful. In good association, Krishna becomes attractive. He becomes beautiful. He manifests himself. Okay, so we'll leave it here if there are any questions or comments. Otherwise, next time when we'll meet, we'll discuss this 59 and 60 and continue from there. But for now, if there are any questions, comments, or clarifications.
Hare Krishna, Ashish.
Hare Krishna.
How do I come to know about my nature? I think I'm a mixed bag.
You think you are what?
A mixed bag. Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun.
How do we come to know of our nature? No? Kali Yuga, we are mixed bag. We are hardly Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra and all. We are a proper mixed bags. But our Jivere Swarup hoy Krishna Nitya Das. Our identity, our functioning is what? That we are eternal servitor of Krishna. Then these are the modes of nature, the qualities, the mode which Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun. Na? These are the modes, the qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. These are the qualities and the modes. These are not like our nature in a sense. Our vritti, tendency, proclivity is what? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. That Brahman nature, Kshatriya nature, Vaishya nature, Shudra nature. We have to realize that we are Shudras. Shudras is our nature actually. And Kali Yuga, na, Janma Jayate Shudra. By birth, everyone is a Shudra. Shudra is in like, see, Brahmana very briefly. Brahman, he has to give up his tendency nature of what? His qualifiedness in order to become a devotee, if he wants to become a pure devotee of the Lord. Brahman's skill is what? His qualifiedness, na? His knowledge. And that itself can become an obstacle for him. So he has to give up that knowledge thing. Not give up the knowledge, but give up this pride that I am knowledgeable, I am a Brahmana. That thing he has to let go. Kshatriya, his pride is what? His leadership quality. So, in order for a Kshatriya to become a pure devotee of the Lord, he has to give up his leadership quality. In the sense, his pride that I'm a great leader, I'm a good leader. No. Then he gets caught up in that nature. That nature captures him. For a Vaishya, his quality is what? Vaishya's nature is what? Business, na? Mercantile money, donations and all. So for a Vaishya, he has to give up that nature. That I'm a big businessman, I'm paying so much of money and donation and finance and support. No, he has to give up. And the Shudra, his nature is what? To serve. His nature is to serve everyone. What has he to give up? Nothing. He has to strengthen his nature. So we aspire. Who is safe? Shudra is safe. Shudra is safe. So we aspire to become a proper Shudra. As in this nature of serving. That is the mood, that is the mentality, that is the attitude we want to develop. And when we have this serving mentality, then everything will come about. Mahaprabhu's teachings, na, what? Jive Daya, compassion to living entities, and Vaishnava Seva, service to Vaishnavas. Hariname Ruchi, interest in the holy name in Japa, and Seva of Vaishnavas. Prabhupada is called as Jagat Guru, na? Jagat Guru, why? Because he saw the entire universe as his Guru. He considered himself to be the servant of the entire universe. And he saw, and this is not in theory, na? He lived life like that. He took everyone to his Guru. So he is called as Jagat Guru. And that is the mood, that is the demeanor, that is the nature, say, we want to develop. We have to come out of this bodily consciousness, man, woman, bodily consciousness and all. We respect culture, we respect etiquette, everything. We still do our Brahmanical and role responsibility and all. But the nature, the mood we want to adopt is the Shudra nature. That of subservient. Jivere Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. So we have to contemplate and meditate on our subservient nature. Krishna Nityadas means subservient nature, not direct servant. We are subservient servant of Krishna. Subservient, na? That in Anugatya Bhav, in following shape. And also meditate. Meditate on our eternal seva, meditate on our eternal form. Develop a bhav, develop a mood, develop an attitude. Yeah, we are a mixed bag in Kali Yuga. We are. But now we become just one bag, a pure devotee of Krishna. That is the mood, attitude, the surety we want to convince ourselves in this life. Does that answer your question somewhat?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. We continue another day. We'll discuss this 59, 60 and further. Thank you everyone for your kind participation and encouragement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.